Hey, Mom and Dad, can we go see Santa? Mom and Dad, let's go see Santa right now. Come on, the line's gonna get too long. Shut up, Ralphie! That's quite possibly my favorite moment in this entire movie, when a dad yells at his son. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Home Media Reviews. This episode is on A Christmas Story. Let's not waste any time. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the history section of A Christmas Story. So, A Christmas Story hit theaters on November 18th, 1983. I think this is the oldest film we'll be covering in this little mini-series here. I think everything else that I'm covering is newer than A Christmas Story. I obviously did not see this movie in theaters. I did not see this movie for a long time, actually. I saw this movie after seeing Christmas Vacation for the first time. It was one year that my family and I were going to a local actors theater to watch a Christmas Story live for Christmas that year, which was pretty fun. I don't remember a lot from that performance, but I thought it was pretty good. I was young, probably 11 or 12 at the time, and they wanted me and my brother to watch the Christmas Story film to get acquainted with the story that we were going to be watching live on stage. Christmas Story Blu-ray that's in my collection right now, I did not purchase. My mom actually bought that. We had just recently gotten a Blu-ray player in my house, and my mom went out to the store to try and find A Christmas Story. The Blu-ray was all they had. She brought it home, which is surprising because I don't think she's ever bought a Blu-ray since. My parents are strictly streamers now. I mean, we've got Hulu Live and all that stuff. They could give a crap less about physical media. Except when the power comes out, my dad comes knocking at my door, looking at my movies and saying, hey, can we watch one of these? Like, yeah, now you care. This movie then hit VHS in 1988. This movie then hit DVD on September 26th, 2000. Not really much to say on that. It wasn't one of the first DVD releases like Christmas Vacation, so the transfer, I presume, is not hot garbage, just regular garbage. There was a 2-disc special edition DVD that hit retail stores on October 7th, 2003. I'm guessing the second disc had a lot of bonus content on it. That would be pretty cool to have. This movie then hit Blu-ray on December 5th, 2006. And honestly, I don't think they've ever updated the transfer. I think they've only changed the bonus features on the discs, because I'm pretty sure that this movie has just been reprinted over and over again from 2006. When we take a look at the menu for this film, yeah, it has not been changed whatsoever. This Blu-ray is transported straight out of 2006. This is interesting, though. On November 1st, 2007, we got just a standard DVD reissue. I don't know why. I don't know if this has different poster art, but hey, good on you, Universal. Just keep squeezing money out of this thing. We talked about this set last week with Christmas Vacation, but the Essential Holiday Blu-ray set came out on October 28th, 2008, included Christmas Vacation, A Christmas Story, Elf, and The Polar Express. On November 4th, 2006, we got a collector's edition Blu-ray set. This one included the same style of packaging as the Christmas Vacation special collector's version did that came out that same year, and the standard Blu-ray was also reprinted on that same day as well. And just like with Christmas Vacation, in 2015, November 5th, 2015, there was a steelbook release of A Christmas Story. New artwork was included on that one. Pretty sure this steelbook has been released over and over and over again, because I see this one on store shelves every single year at places like Best Buy. On October 10th, 2017, there was a Target exclusive Blu-ray. This included exclusive postcards, very similar to Christmas Vacation. Warner Brothers likes to market their movies the same way, especially around Christmas. And on November 4th, 2018, we got a Walmart exclusive of A Christmas Story, but this included a Funko Pop keychain. I already know what this one is. It's Ralphie in the bunny suit. But that's not all, folks, because we have some current releases of A Christmas Story that are on store shelves right now. Currently, there is a Target exclusive Blu-ray of A Christmas Story that has this kind of creepy Ralphie face on the front of it, with a sweater design. The only thing that's exclusive about this is the slipcover. It's on the sticker there. It says, only at Target, exclusive holiday packaging. Yep, that's all you get. You just get the packaging. And then there is also a Walmart exclusive DVD, not a Blu-ray, a DVD that includes that same Funko Pop keychain thing that's Ralphie in the bunny suit, but you also get 2 cookie cutters in the shape of the leg lamp. That one's actually better than the Christmas Vacation one. I can admit that right now. The cookie cutters, okay, that's hilarious. So, A Christmas Story, it has been released quite a few times, not as many as Christmas Vacation, and I think I know why. It's because every year they play this movie on cable TV for 24 hours on Christmas. It's insane. There's like 6 or 7 TV channels that you can flip to on actual Christmas and watch this movie just all day. They just play it all day. I don't know why, but there it is. I guess for anybody that doesn't have it. But that, folks, wraps up the history section. Let's go ahead and jump right into the close-up section. Alrighty, everyone. Here's your close-up look at A Christmas Story. We only have one copy to look at this week. This is the only Blu-ray copy I've ever owned of A Christmas Story. So let's take a look at it. Blu-ray disc logo up there at the top. A Christmas Story. Ralphie down there on the front. You've got some scenes from the film in the little ornaments here. Very nice. Oh, the bunny suit. I didn't even realize the bunny suit was on there. Kind of simple poster art here, but I really like the logo. I don't know. I just really like that font and the little wreath there in the middle. It's nice poster art, and the white border around it really accentuates it. Makes it look nice. The side, Blu-ray disc logo, Christmas Story, Warner Brothers down there at the bottom. You've got a little breakdown of your main feature, which is in 1080p, has Dolby English track and English, French, and Spanish subtitles. And then the special features, maybe in standard version, audio standards, and no subtitles. Blurb about the film. There's your barcode. There's a shot of the family. Nice shot there. Some screenshots from the film. Screenshots from the film. I find it funny that everything about A Christmas Story, that like the merchandise and stuff, it's all about the bunny suit. When really the bunny suit is only in this movie for like a scene. But that's what everybody remembers from this movie. That and the leg lamp. Like, the leg lamp is in the movie more than the bunny suit, but I think the bunny suit is more fondly remembered. I just kind of think that's a little bit weird and interesting. You've got your cast and crew information, as well as technical specifications, rating, all that good stuff down there at the bottom. And on the inside, it's Ralphie with Santa Claus on your disc. You got the Christmas Story Blu-ray disc logo and the Warner Brothers logo. So that wraps up the close-up section for A Christmas Story. We're going to move right on to the menu tour. Alrighty, everyone. Here's your menu tour of A Christmas Story. So this movie, or rather this Blu-ray release, has an interesting menu here, as this was a kind of early Warner Brothers title. At least I remember it to be, because this movie doesn't actually have a dedicated menu. When you first pop this movie in, the movie just starts playing. You have to go to the menu manually, and this is the menu that you get. You can see it's very basic. It doesn't have that very similar Warner Brothers Blu-ray menu that we saw with Christmas Vacation. So you've got all your bonus features listed over here on the side. There's your commentary with Peter Billingsley and director Bob Clark. You've got a history of the Red Ryder. Another Christmas Story. Peter Billingsley narrates this 20th anniversary documentary about how a low-budget movie became a king-sized Yuletide classic. That sounds pretty cool. And then you can look at some script pages. And then you've got a fun and games tag over here. What's this, a Thomas release? Get a Leg Up, a humorous peek at the making of the leg lamp. Oh, that's cool. And you've got a theatrical trailer and a leg lamp spot, and then a little thing at the bottom here about the online portion. Visit us at www.wbhighdef.com for the latest on Warner Blu-ray disc. and then a little notion down at the bottom to resume the movie. So I'm going to resume it just really quick here. So if I bring up the little Blu-ray menu here on the bottom, I would like to navigate said menu. Oh, so you can't navigate it if the movie is paused. Okay, so you can see we do have scene selections here. You have 32 scenes up there at the top. All of them are numbered. There's no titles or anything, and then there's your special features menu once again that just pops up there on the screen while the movie is playing. So we'll leave it paused on the starring Melinda Dillon screen. Oh, it's not paused. Okay, so we're leaving it paused on Darren McGavin. So like I said, you can't navigate the menu here unless the movie is playing. This reminds me of the Ocean's 11 Blu-ray menu. I think that one was an early Warner Brothers Blu-ray title as well, so that kind of makes sense on why these menus are so similar. It still doesn't make sense why you can't navigate the menu unless the movie is playing. That kind of defeats the purpose of having a menu in the first place. With all that being said, though, that completes our menu tour. Let's go ahead and head on back and answer the 5 main questions, as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions, as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? On store shelves right now. Literally go to Target or Walmart or Best Buy. You're going to find a copy of this lingering on store shelves. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? Yeah, I can answer yes to this. There's new versions of this movie out on store shelves right now. Maybe not new transfers, but new releases with a little asterisk there because the only thing that's really new about them is the stuff that's included in them. But hey, they're kind of new. Number 3, should you pick this product up? I was actually pretty skeptical about A Christmas Story the first time I saw it. I didn't know what to expect from it. It was a new movie and it's about Christmas and all that stuff, and I had never really heard of it prior to watching it for the first time over a decade ago. I kind of had no idea that this movie existed right up until the point that I saw it, and then boom, like nostalgia overload for like everybody that's in their 30s or 40s that saw this movie in theaters. I mean, wow, merchandise galore. But this movie is really good. It actually does hold up. It's not like a holiday film that like everybody loves, but they recognize it's not very good. I can't really think of one off the top of my head that people think is bad. All holiday films are pretty good in my opinion. But this movie actually does hold up. It's really well done. We gotta talk about Peter Billingsley as Ralphie. This kid, possibly one of the best child performances I've ever seen. This kid owns this role. I feel for him when he just wants a Red Ryder BB gun. He just wants a firearm. Why can't you people just give him the firearm that he wants? I would give my kid a firearm. Toy one, of course, not a real one. Not until they're older, but I am so going to get flack in the comments for saying that. I'm not going to give my kid an actual weapon, okay? Jeez, I'm going to give him a toy. He's going to wait till he's an adult till he can handle a real one. Duh. Billingsley really does a lot to sell you on his character, and his performance is aided by the quote-unquote adult version of Ralphie that's narrating the story. This guy is Ralphie grown up, but with Ralphie's mind in the current story. Like, he talks like Ralphie talks in the current story, and it's really, really funny. It gives us some great lines. Ralphie's family also is really well cast. I love his mom. His dad is hilarious. He reminds me of my dad, actually. Especially the part when he goes down into the furnace and starts swearing like a sailor. Yeah, that's my father reincarnated. And that's how I will be as a father one day. I will go down into the furnace and start yelling obscenities. It's just, it's destiny. It's gonna happen. Sorry, can't stop myself. Ralphie's friends also give good performances. They're pretty good child actors in this movie. The only character I have an issue with is Randy. Randy doesn't get much of a character. He's kind of a special kid. He's younger, so he doesn't really understand how the world works and all that stuff. But man, I just don't get a lot from him. I mean, he's funny in a good portion of his scenes, but man, I don't know. There's just something about him that I'm not going to say I don't like him that much. There's just something that's not there. There's just no character to him. It just seems like he's there because he just is there. It's hard for me to describe. I just don't get a lot from him. The actor commits to the role, but I just don't get a lot from that character. And I think that's how he's written. I don't think I'm supposed to get a lot from Randy, but I was left wanting more. The plot of the movie is very simplistic. Ralphie wants a Red Ryder BB gun, he's trying to convince his parents to buy him one, and a bunch of shenanigans ensue. However, the plot to A Christmas Story, while it's simple and it works, it feels kind of strung together by just a few scenes. The best way I can describe how this plot is set up in the movie is like the latest season of The Mandalorian. Has anybody been watching that season 2 of the Mandalorian? It's really good. But the way that season is structured is main plotline story, side quest for the next episode. It's like chapter 9, main plotline story, chapter 10, side quest, chapter 11, main plotline, chapter 12, side quest. That's how I feel about A Christmas Story. The first 15 minutes of the film is set towards Ralphie trying to get a Red Ryder BB gun. But then we get a side quest, whether or not that be going to school, having weird dream sequences about his teacher being the witch from The Wizard of Oz, which is funny, and then we go back to the Red Ryder BB gun plot. It's very noticeable, but it's not all that bad because the characters are so entertaining and I love the world that this movie is set in. The actors sell me on this absurd premise. And they do a good job at hiding the very obvious plot structure. This movie is not bad. By no means is it bad. I'm just saying that there is a bit of an issue when it comes to the plot, is the fact that it's a little bit repetitive. This movie doesn't really have any CGI or effects. It's a pretty low-key film in terms of effects, so I can't really comment on oh, the effects here looked really good. I mean, it's all practical. I can say that. It's all shot in front of the camera, and yeah. There's that one dream sequence, though, where Ralphie saves his parents, and that's pretty well done. That has some effects to it. I never thought it looked hokey or, really, really fake. I thought it fit the tone of that scene, so those effects were pretty good. So I guess the effects on the whole are pretty good. And the humor in this movie is really good as well. The actors do a great job of selling the humor to you. That scene with the leg lamp, it's hilarious. Well, it's a major award. And the dad is so convinced that, yes, that's a major award, that, yes, I won that there. Well, what is it? What is it? Well, it's a major award. It's a leg. Especially the humor with the Bumpus Hounds. That the scene where they break into the house and eat the ham or the turkey or whatever it is, that kills me every single time. And they go to the Chinese restaurant and they order the duck. It's smiling at me. Oh, yeah, and he just chops the head off right there in front of him. That's a hilarious scene. So despite me not caring all that much about some of the characters in this film, and despite its very weak plot structure, the actors' performances, the film's humor, the fact that the effects in several scenes are practical, I can't help but really like A Christmas Story. It's not as funny as Christmas Vacation, and by no means is it my favorite holiday film, but I love watching it every single year because it gets me into that Christmas spirit. So yes, I recommend A Christmas Story. Check this movie out if you haven't already. And hey, as I said earlier, if you got cable, check up on any of the mainline TV stations on Christmas Day. You can watch it for free that way. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Well, if you find it anywhere right now, get it at a brick and mortar store. You probably could find it cheaper online though. I'll tell you what though, if you went out on Black Friday, you definitely could have found it for about $4 or $5. This movie is always on sale on Black Friday. And number 5, what price should you pay? How much does a cable subscription cost these days? Because you can literally just buy a cable subscription, check the movie out for free on Christmas Day. I mean, that might be a little bit expensive though. So for all you physical media collectors out there, $5 for the regular Blu-ray, even less for the DVD. The regular Blu-ray is abundant. You can find it anywhere. As I mentioned, it's always on sale on Black Friday, so a ton of people buy it and try to flip it later on, and it just doesn't work out for them because it's not worth anything at this point. So folks, that is my home media review on A Christmas Story, a movie that I really enjoy watching every single year, but it's one that I do have some issues with. But that doesn't mean it's not good. Doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. You can have problems with a movie and still enjoy watching it. People think nowadays that, oh, I must absolutely, without a doubt, love this movie to death. And if I don't, if it has one little tiny flaw, then it's the worst thing ever. Like, no, you can like a movie and have little tiny issues with it. I mean, no movie is perfect. Unless your name is Avengers Infinity War. Or Avengers Endgame, for that matter. But with this HMR in the rearview mirror, let's talk about what I'm going to be covering next week. This one I'm really excited for. We're talking about Elf. Elf is a film that I have watched every Christmas from when I was a child right up until now. I mean, this movie has lived with me ever since I was young. It might have been the first Christmas film I've ever seen, if you don't count Charlie Brown Christmas. But I'm saving that review for next week. Thank you all so much for watching this review this week. Good night, everybody.